Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So other day we talked about the theodolite. I hope all of you have gone through because I'm not going to take a class for more than 20 minutes to 25 minutes. I got a problem to do. I just give you assignment. You just work it out and then submit it today evening itself. Okay. It's very simple. So the other day we were talking about the use of theodolite. The theodolite, it has been used for measuring horizontal angle as well vertical angle. So you should be very thorough that you got a horizontal angle and a vertical angle. So first when you set a theodolite, how you lift the theodolite and how do you fix it up, and it has got a capability to rotate about a vertical axis. So this is what is called your vertical axis. This is a vertical axis about which the instrument truly rotates. The first condition is that when the bubble is at a center, the plate bubble is at a center, the vertical axis is truly vertical. How do you define a vertical axis other way? How do you define the vertical axis other way? The vertical axis is given by the plumb bob. So you can suspend a plumb bob. You see that when you suspend a plumb bob, and it defines your vertical axis rather. The extension of it is the vertical axis. Everything is attracted towards the center of the earth. So you have got a vertical axis. What are the other axes of a theodolite? Other axis of the theodolite. So you have got axis of the plate bubble. So you have got a horizontal plate. What are these two? The one which I point out now. What is this? This one and this one.
So height adjustment. Height adjustment, sir.
No.
Foot screws.
Foot, F-O-O-T, foot screws. How many foot screws are there? How many foot screws are there?
3.
We have been hearing Ramayana and now we are asking what is the relationship between Sita and Rama. What I can do? Hello? How many foot screws are there?
3, sir.
Huh? How many?
3.
3 foot screws are there, no? So normally in the plane you can see that. So you will have one number of foot screws, the other number of foot screws, and the third foot screw, like that. So 3 number of foot screws are there. Suppose I rename it as 1, 2, and 3. How do you do a temporary adjustment? So you keep your like plate bubble. So this is the bubble. So you just see that this is the bubble. This is the bubble. So now what happened? This fellow bubble has gone out over here. So what is that I can do? I can say that this fellow is gone this way. You are able to see that the duster. So 1 and 2 is just made the plate bubble parallel to the 1 and 2. Now what happened? You are moving the your foot screw inward or outward. Be able to see that inward or outward. Slowly what happened? The bubble fellow comes here and then it just comes into the center. It comes into the center. Okay. Now what to do? Just keep your bubble perpendicular to the earlier setup. So now what happened? The fellow is here. So you are moving these bubbles this way or that way and then bringing to the bubble center. So for all 360-degree rotation, about a vertical axis. So this is a vertical axis and then it rotates about the vertical axis. What happens? The bubble should remain at the center. Okay, the bubble should. This adjustment, what is it? What is it? So you have got vertical axis. You have got a vertical axis. Then axis of plate level. Axis of plate level. Then axis of plate level. Then what is the third one?
Horizontal axis.
Huh?
Horizontal axis.
Horizontal axis. Okay, very good. Horizontal axis. What is the other name for horizontal axis? Other name for horizontal axis? The other name is
Runnian axis.
Runnian axis. Okay. Done. Then
Axis of bubble tube.
axis of
Bubble tube.
axis of this one, plate level. Bubble tube.
Collimation axis.
Line of collimation. Line of, what is line of collimation? What is line of collimation? Okay. So crosshair, intersection of crosshair, optical center of the eyepiece. So the line joining this and extension of it is what is called a line of collimation. What is axis of telescope? Axis of telescope. So in the field of view, you will see that, so this is your field of view. So you will have what is called your vertical hair and the horizontal hair. In addition, you will have what is called a stadia hair. So this is what is called a horizontal hair. Horizontal hair. This is what is called a vertical hair. These two are called stadia hair. Stadia. Okay, stadia hair. So you got a vertical axis, axis of a plate level, horizontal axis or Runnian axis, line of collimation. Then what is that? Then what do you have? Vertical axis, axis of plate level, horizontal axis, line of collimation. Then the line of collimation in the field of view will have like this. Then what else? What is it? Fifth one?
Axis of altitude bubble.
Altitude bubble. Axis of the altitude bubble. Okay. So in addition, some of the instrument you will have what is called a sliding level. which makes the horizontal axis perfectly horizontal. But nowadays we don't have such instruments. So what is the relationship between all these vertical axis, truly vertical? Axis of the plate level, axis of the plate level, it lies on a plane perpendicular to the, when the bubble remain at the center, the axis of the plate level lies on a plane perpendicular to the vertical axis. Then only it generates what is called the horizontal plane against which we are taking a reading. Then horizontal axis, what is the relationship between the horizontal axis and the vertical axis? Where is the horizontal axis? Where is the horizontal axis? The horizontal axis, where is the horizontal axis? So this is the horizontal axis. This is the horizontal axis. What is the relationship between horizontal axis and the vertical axis? Horizontal axis and a vertical axis are perpendicular. Horizontal axis and vertical axis are perpendicular. Okay. What is the relationship between line of collimation and horizontal axis and vertical axis? See, you have to imagine a certain
Perpendicular. Perpendicular.
perpendicular war.
Collimation is perpendicular to horizontal axis and vertical axis.
Okay. That line of collimation is perpendicular at the point of intersection of horizontal axis and vertical axis. Get it?
Yes.
Line of collimation is perpendicular at a point of intersection of vertical axis and horizontal axis. Then, when you are, there are two things. See, in a this is a telescope. Let me put it because I have to use this. Now you see that the pen is visible to you. Okay, the pen is visible to you. Now this is the point, this is the horizontal axis. Okay, so this is the horizontal axis. Okay, then you have got a vertical axis. Then the telescope is fitted over here. The telescope is fitted over here. You are able to visualize it? Boys, the green pen is the line of collimation. Okay, or the telescope. So line of collimation is in the green pen. You are able to see that? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, now this has got two motion. The telescope can move this way. Now, the telescope can rotate about a vertical axis because this is the horizontal axis. This rotate about the vertical axis. Okay, along with that, the telescope also rotate. We are able to understand this? Okay. The telescope has got two movement. One is a horizontal movement. Okay, it rotates about a vertical axis. The telescope, the horizontal axis rotates. So this is also fitted. So along with it, this also moves. Then, so this is our horizontal axis. Let me put it. This is your horizontal axis, and this is what is that? Imagine that the theodolite is operating like a level. So what is the reading on the your vertical circle when it is operating as a level? So you have got a vernier A and B, no? Vernier A and B reads the horizontal movement. Vernier C and D reads the vertical lift. Vertical or downward, it is called a depression. And I don't know whether you have got a 3-dimension, you get a projection only. So now this is this way. So it just is horizontal, then it moves up vertical. We understand that the green pen is moving up and down. The green pen is moving up and down. So this is Imagine that this is the line of collimation. When it go down, it is called the angle of depression. When it go up, it is called the angle of your angle of elevation. Suppose this is vertical, completely vertical. What will be the angle? Well, horizontal circle is graduated from 0 to 360 degree. Horizontal circle is graduated from 0 to 360 degree. What about the vertical circle? What will be the graduation? Vertical circle. We take a horizontal plate. This is a horizontal plate. So you got a vernier moving inside. So you got 0, and this you got 180. Okay. So graduation is 0 to 360 degree. Suppose there is a vertical plate. A vertical plate, you got a scale, no? Vertical plate. You have to answer from your common sense section. Right? Right? What will be the value? So you got vertical plate also, you got a vernier. What is the least count of the instrument? Theolite? Least count of the instrument?
20 seconds.
20 seconds, because vernier has got a 60 division. Vernier has got 60 division. And each main scale is 1/3 of a degree. 1/3 of a degree, that is 20 minutes. So 1 by n of 1 MSD is your least count. 1 by 60 of 20 minutes. So you get 20 seconds, like, you understand? Now the horizontal plate will have 0 to 360. What about a vertical plate? Suppose this is the horizontal Tronian axis, and this is perfectly horizontal. It means what will be the value here? What will be the value? Suppose your theolite, you are using it as a level, dumpy level. Okay. What is a dumpy level? Dumpy level, your level line. So when the bubble remain at the center, the line of collimation will generate a horizontal plane which is perpendicular to the vertical axis. Am I right? In a dumpy level. In a theolite, suppose the line of collimation is perfectly perpendicular to the vertical axis at the point of intersection of horizontal axis and vertical axis. You generate a horizontal plane. What will be the reading? That's not what I'm asking. We are used to answer from your common sense. It's very difficult to teach a theolite like this. 0, perfectly horizontal means 0, is it not? Perfectly horizontal means the value will be 0, 0, 0. Okay. So I'm lifting the line of collimation. I'm seeing an elevated object, suppose something, a point on the mountain. So the theolite goes. What will be the maximum value? What will be
90.
the maximum value?
90.
90 degree. But 90 degree you cannot see that unless you have what you call a diagonal piece. 90 degree you cannot see, because when it is 90 degree, your eyepiece will be down. You cannot put your eye into that. Similarly, the depression will be 90 degree. So how will it be graduated? What is the maximum value? 0 to 90. Do you understand that? So this will be graduated 90. This is 0. So you got a C vernier, you got a G vernier. So this is 90. They get that graduation. So you'll be having a graduation increase or decrease this way. So you got a vernier plate. So one vernier is a C vernier, other vernier is a D vernier. So you got A, B, C, D. A and B is for horizontal. C and D is for vertical. If you understand this, I'll proceed further. Okay? What bye?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Given the book may not give you this description unless you follow this. So you understand that. So this is your telescope. When the telescope comes this way, this is what is called as 90. When it is perfectly horizontal, you will have a, this is your vertical scale. You can read the vertical scale, you will have a 0. Now, the arrangement is like this, you know. So this is a typical cross-sectional view of the plate actually. So plate, what is that you have? Horizontal plate, 2 clamps are there. I told you, no. There are 2 clamps. One is a upper clamp and the other is a lower clamp. Upper plate, so you got 2 concentric plate actually. One over the other. What is the concentric plate? 2 circular this thing moving one over the other. The top one is called the upper plate and the lower one is called the lower plate. The lower plate will have a graduation. Lower plate will have a graduation. Upper plate will have the vernier. Do you get it? Upper plate will have a vernier. How many number of divisions are there in a vernier? Upper plate vernier, how many divisions are there?
60.
60 number of divisions. Never forget in your life, at least till the end of the semester. Okay? 60 number of divisions will be there. You know how to read a vernier? Vernier, there will be something called a coincidence, you know. So you got a 0. Suppose I have a this thing like this. No. Suppose this is the main plate. This is the main plate. And this is a vernier. This is a vernier. So you have a vernier like this. The 0 of the vernier. Suppose I have this is 7 degree and this can be 6 degree or 8 degree. So it's 8 degree. Okay. So 0 of vernier. Then you got like that. So you have to have, what is that? You will have a coincidence of this, you know. So what is that? You read number of divisions. So 8 degree is there, some 8 degree is there. What will be the reading? Suppose you have 7 degree, 20 minutes over, 40 minutes over. So 7 degree, 40 minutes is your main scale division. Suppose 8th division coincide. 8th division coincide. How much is that? 8th division coincide. In the 8th division of vernier coincide. So 8 into 20, 160 minutes. So divide it by 60. So how much is that? 240. Not. So if you add 2 and then 40. So your reading will be 7 degrees, 42 minutes and 40 seconds. You get the point? Suppose 8th division coincides. 8th division coincides. Suppose 16th division coincides. 16 divisions of the vernier coincide. So 16 into 20. How much is it? 320 seconds divided by 60. How much is it? 5 minutes. 320 seconds. Okay. You get the point? So you will have 7 degree, 520, add it up, 20 seconds, 45 minutes and 7 degrees. So readings will be 7 degree, 45 minutes and 20 seconds. You get that? So reading or taking observation in a vernier is an art by itself actually. So when I used to be a student, we used to go for astronomical observation. So astronomical observation, so in the field of view, first you have to place the disk of the sun like this. So you have to adjust this, and then you have to change the face of it, and then you have to adjust this is the disk of the sun. Morning 7 o'clock we used to do it. So between these two, you are given only 2 minutes time. So within that you have to do it. Observing a horizontal angle and a vertical angle, so you have to read A vernier, B vernier, C vernier, D vernier, and then place the sun like that, because the sun will be moving this way. In the horizon, if you see it, the sun will be, so between these two you have to note down what is the time. This type of survey and all is gone nowadays. No, we don't do it. Do you understand that? How to read a vernier? Okay, right. Now I just go to this. So you have got your 2 clamps, upper clamp, lower clamp. So when you operate the upper clamp, reading you will change. That you should register in your mind. When you are operating, movement of the upper plate will change the reading. Okay. Movement of the lower clamp will shift the position. So when you clamp upper clamp and the lower clamp, the starlight, the movement, horizontal movement is restricted, but the vertical movement will be there. So vertical movement will be there, horizontal movement will not be there. Okay, you understand that? So I arrest the horizontal movement. I cannot move this way, but I can move this way. This horizontal movement is called the swing of the telescope. Vertical movement is called the plunging of the telescope. So when I say plunge the telescope, this is the vertical movement, plunging of the telescope. Swing of the telescope, I can move it horizontally. Then I was talking about what is called the face left and the face right observation. What is the face left and the face right observation? Face left and a face right observation. What is called a face left and a face right observation? When the vertical plate is onto the right of the observer, it is called the face right. When it is on the left side, it is called the face left. So horizontal movement is arrested by both the clamp. When I am operating upper clamp, vernier moves over the horizontal circle. Vernier moves over the horizontal circle. So what I do is I fix the vernier 0, 0, 0. Can I do that? I can do that 0, 0, 0. When I arrest the movement of the upper clamp, reading will not change. When I release the lower clamp, I can bisect the object and then fix it up. So now there are 2 points A and B, say there are 2 points A and B. And this is the point occupied by the plane, your theolite. Okay. Suppose you are occupying at a point P. Okay. You get the point? Now what I do is I use the upper clamp and fix your vernier at 0 degree, 0 minute and 0 second. A vernier, B vernier, normally it be somewhere, sometimes what will happen, error will be there, but I assume that there is no error, 0 second. Use a horizontal clamp, sorry, use the upper clamp and then set your reading like this. Then clamp, upper clamp is clamped, so no movement. Now I use the horizontal clamp. I keep a ranging rod over here, bisect the point A. Now what will be my reading? 0 degree, 0 minute and 0 second. Now horizontal clamp is clamped. Now I swing the telescope using the upper clamp and then bisect the point at B. So find out what is the reading. Suppose I say is 32 degree, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. What does it mean? Angle APB is 32 degree, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You get the point? Right? So how do I do? First I use the upper clamp. First use the upper clamp. Set a reading of vernier as 0 degree, 0 minute and 0 second. And clamp the upper clamp. So I just arrest the movement of the upper. And for finer movement, you have got what is called a tangent screw. The tangent screw is used for the finer movement. Okay. Then I release the lower clamp, bisect the point A, reading will not change. Then the movement of the horizontal plate is arrested by using the lower clamp, and I release the upper clamp and then bisect the point B. The readings and the vernier will change. I observe the reading. The included angle is measured as APB. Is it okay? This is how the horizontal angle has been measured. When a horizontal angle is being measured, you have to see that the plate bubble remain at the center. The plate bubble remain at the center. I just close here now. Any doubt? Why? Any doubt? Because I had to go for a convocation, some work is there. Otherwise, I will continue with you. Okay, fine.